The top common often prescribed cream for eczema is some form of cortisone or corticosteroids. My kids use it as well too before, and it never cures the eczema. What it does is that it helps alleviate their signs and symptoms, and that is one of the reasons why I didn't use it for the long term, and neither should you. And what I want to share with you in this video is that 3 facts of corticosteroid cream, and that way you can decide whether to use it or find other alternatives that's going to help you to heal your eczema. So my name is Jenny Nguyen. I'm a registered nurse with over 17 years of experience, mostly in the ER, and also holistic nutrition. I have a holistic nutrition diploma, and my goal is to help women make healthier lifestyle choices that will improve their health. So what I noticed is that many people use the corticosteroid cream to help their eczema in terms of improving the itchiness, redness, inflammation, swelling. But what people do often is that they use it in the long run. So some of the thing is that you can get the creams, they have it over the counter. You can get it in the form of 0.5 to 1% of hydrocortisone, or you can get a stronger version of it with your family doctor prescribing it for you, such as betamethasone or clobetasone, right? Those are some of the other names for it. These cream are supposed to be used for the short term or short period of time. They're not meant for long-term use, but what I noticed is that a lot of people use it for the long term, thinking that it will help cure their eczema. And what I want to point out is that using the cream in itself will not help it if there's no other alternative or other treatments or lifestyle changes. I'm going to go into the 3 facts that you should know about corticosteroid cream. Number 1, it causes thinning skin. Long-term use of the corticosteroid cream can cause sensitivity to your face, your neck, your arm, your groin, anywhere in your skin. And what it is that it can cause thinning of your skin, which put you at risk of more skin damage, and especially when you're exposing your skin to the sun. So what happens is that with cortisone, it thinnens the skin because it lowers the productions of collagen and elastin. These are the proteins that are in the skin that are needed to make it soft, smooth, and bouncy. And before you decide to go out there and buy a supplement or a cream that has collagen in it, let me share with you one of the secret, okay? You need also vitamin C, zinc, and protein. These are some of the cofactors or some of the part of the productions of collagen. So just by taking collagen in itself is not enough to a healthier skin. And one of the problems is when there is less collagen, your skin tends to sag, it ages, because the collagen and the elastin is what helps keeps the skin strong, bouncy, and it holds it in place. Another thing is that the cortisone slows the regeneration of skin cells. So what happens is that it also takes moisture and oil away from the skin. So that's one of the reasons why you might have dry and more cracking of the skin after using those creams. That is another problem that you don't want to have. In the long run, cortisone cream or corticosteroid cream can reduce the blood flow to the skin. So anything that reduces the blood flow to the skin is going to reduce the nutrients and oxygen distribution to it. So this makes the skin not as beautiful as it should be. So I don't know about you, but when it comes to our skin, especially if you're a woman, when you're young and you're impressionable, our looks is so important to us. And when we look good, I know that for myself, when I look good, I feel good. And when I feel good, I feel confident about myself. So I think this is something that a lot of women can agree with, that when we feel good and look good, our confidence goes up. So our skin is so important in how it makes us feel and look. Fact number 2, corticosteroid treat flare-ups, but they don't cure the eczema. What I notice is a lot of people use the corticosteroid cream chronically, thinking that it will treat their eczema and cure it. Here is what I noticed. One of the problems that we have in a Western society is that we are so reliant on a medication to help fix our problem, fix our skin, fix our health problem. And not only that, we are so used to the instant quick fix of the effects of the medications. What I did was that my kids, they had eczema, and to help them be eczema free for at least 2 years, what I did was I changed their diet. Just the fact from taking, adjusting, making lifestyle changes and taking added sugar out of your diet can make a big difference. Like clinically, your signs and symptoms in your eczema can improve within 2 to 4 weeks. We underestimate how powerful a change in a diet can make a difference, especially in a wholesome, healthy diet with a lot of whole foods. What a difference it can make on your skin. And I know it's not easy. It wasn't easy, especially when you're so used to living a certain way, eating a certain style. There's certain habits that you have. But what I realized is that it wasn't easy for me to see my kids waking up itching, scratching, having trouble sleeping at night, being so irritable. It's really hard on me when I saw that. And not only that, they had other health issues because of their diet. There was this patient that came in. It was so hard on her. The mom, actually it was a dad. The dad brought the 14-year-old girl in, and you could see how her face, her forehead were all red, blistery, and dried. You could see that her confidence wasn't as good. She doesn't have as much self-esteem. She wasn't really making much eye contact. Her father was doing most of the talking. And one other thing is that confidence is so important. Like I mentioned earlier, for a girl, a young woman, our look is so important, especially when there is so much pressure to look a certain way. It's just one of those things. It's sad to see because she could be more confident about herself and improve on that when she has better skin. I'm not saying that just the look is important, but it does make a big difference in her confidence level as well too. Oh, and if you know that your kids have any allergy or sensitivity to certain types of food, it is important to have those food removed or limit the exposure as much as possible, because you can put all the cream that you want, but if you don't hit it at the root cause, you're not going to be able to heal the eczema properly. Fact number 3, it increases the risk of infection. Corticosteroid cream can reduce your immune response. That can make your skin more vulnerable to fungus, bacteria, virus. Pretty much you don't want to have any more problem than you already do. So one other thing is that not only will it affect your skin, in the long run, the use of corticosteroid or cortisone cream can be absorbed through the body and into your system, and also suppresses your immune system. And as a whole, when the immune system is suppressed, you are more likely to get sick easier. I'm going to throw in this fact just for fun. So fact number 4 is it can cause withdrawal effects. When you have eczema and you've been using it for a long time and you suddenly stop the corticosteroids, it can cause your eczema to be worse and flare up worse than before. This is called topical steroid withdrawal or red skin syndrome. What it is that our body needs to rebalance, and the cortisone or the corticosteroids has a vasoconstrictions where it's tightening the blood vessel effects, and when it stops suddenly, our body likes to compensate, and it causes vasodilation, so a flush of blood supply to that area. That is why you get red and flush. And not only that, it triggers the cytokine release, which cause a cascade of inflammation effects, and therefore causing irritation, pain, itchiness, all sorts of problems with it. What I suggest is using the lowest form of the medication as much as possible, and using as short period of time as much as possible. And if you decided to go off of it, taper it off instead of just suddenly stopping it, especially if you have used it for a long period of time. But not only that, the important thing is to make lifestyle changes, such as in your diet. Increase whole food, avoid the processed food. I'm gonna give you a tip here. I think it's useful because there's this like anti-histamine, which is one of the group of medication that is also given to people who have eczema. So these are the anti-itching, anti-allergy kind of medication, but the food version of it. So they are these antihistamine food. Examples are papaya, beet, onions, and what else? There's another one, red cabbage. So they are high in vitamin C, vitamin B6. They have a lot of antioxidant that has a lot of antihistamine effects on your body. Another thing to help is to get a good quality night's sleep. Also to drink plenty of water. Oh, I have a video where I talk about nosebleed, and it has to do with the water and the concept of it. I mean, water is helpful, but you have to change your diet as well too. But the concept of it is applicable to the eczema as well. I'm going to put a link below so that you can check it. I think it's useful, especially if you have kids who have nosebleed, but the whole idea is that it applies to eczema as well. Learning how to manage your stress is important, as we know that stress can reduce your immune system, and not only that, in the long run, not only it affects the immune system, but it can cause your eczema to be worse off or to flare off. Another thing I suggest is to avoid perfume, fragrance, or irritants. The things that you know are irritating and anything that's you're allergic to, that avoid as much as possible, because a lot of these chemicals, not only does our skin have to detoxify or take a beating from it, but our liver has to detoxify it from our system. And I think that's it. So I hope all these information help you and it helps you make better choices. Now at least you know the effects of the cortisone, and some of the hint that I've given you about the diet can help.